Hey guys, Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach, every single week coming into your life to multiply your life and your money and your business. And today we're talking on Super Coach, how a good coach can change your life. You know me, you can't see the picture when you're inside the frame. You can't stir the pot when you're inside the bowl. And today we're going to talk about why you need a coach, how to find the best coach for you, 2 secrets that you may not be thinking about. We're going to be talking about how to build your $1 million machine. And it's all right in my new book, Everybody Needs a Good Coach in Life. You're watching Super Coach, and I'm Coach Michael Burt. Hey guys, this is Coach Michael Burt. I am so glad you joined me for Super Coach. I believe a good coach can change your life. I believe a good coach will have conversations with you don't want to have, make you do some things you don't want to do, help you become something you didn't think you could become. You see, you can't see the picture when you're inside the frame. You can't reach your own potential without the help of another person helping you break through those ceilings of success. I'm Coach Michael Burt, and I'm going to find the kryptonite in your life, and I'm going to do it on this show, Super Coach. Hey guys, Coach Michael Burt, Super Coach. Every week I come into your life. Missed my show yesterday because I had a little bit of a tooth issue I had to get worked on from my dentist. Thank you, Dr. Grider, for working on me yesterday. Sorry I had to bump Super Coach back to today, but I am at the Greatness Factory Live, and I'm going to ask you, when are you stepping into your greatness, man? When are you stepping into your greatness? In the body, in the mind, in the heart, in the spirit. Shout out to Matt Peeler, Will Webb, my man. Great talking to you this morning. Melanie Mayo, Dale Childress. I know everybody joined in today for a special edition Super Coach. And today we're talking right out of my new book, Roy Frazier. Everybody needs a coach in life. This puppy's coming out in just a few weeks. I'm so excited about it, March 21st. But I was thinking about doing a Super Coach, and I'm like, what is the purpose of this book? You hear me talk about it all the time. I believe everybody needs a good coach in life. I believe you can't see the picture when you're inside the frame. I believe you can't stir the pot when you're inside the bowl. I believe it takes the help of an outsider to help you look at your life and your business and find and fill your missing structures. And then you hear me say sometimes this statement, which is what we're going to talk about today, a good coach can change your life. Now, I want you to think. Many times when I'm speaking out there in the country, I always ask this question. How many of you have ever had a good coach? People raise their hand. I then ask this question. Was it not true during that period of time that you had a great coach in your life that you did not experience the most growth you've ever had in your life? Right, Will Webb? Right, Mike Hardwick? Good to see you. I know Mike's some of Mike's great coaches. Dick Freeman was one of his coaches. So when you're thinking about this, we tell children they need a coach. We take our daughter to gymnastic coaches and soccer coaches. So what we do is we want our kids in a very dynamic state. Okay? We want them to stay in a dynamic state. So we keep them around coaches because a good coach will do what? They'll have conversations with you don't want to have, make you do some things you don't want to do, help you become something you didn't think you could become. But what happens is as adults, we're dynamic, and then we don't have anybody coaching us. So what do? We become stagnant. We plateau. We get bored. We hit a wall. We can't break through. And then we start looking at coaching as an expense. Well, I can never hire a coach because it's going to cost us money. Listen, most people that's ever had a coach are going to tell you this. You can't afford not to have a great coach in your life. You can't afford not to have a person in your life who will have hard conversations with you. So really, the question is this that I ask people, do you want to play at the next level or not? Okay, I can't manage your mood and get you to the next level at the same time, man. So do you want to play at the next level or not? And if you want to play at the next level, like I do, like the people who are watching me today do, then the question is who out there can get you to the next level? Who can bust through the plateau? Who can scale you in your company? So how does a good coach change your life? I call it the 2 secrets. And this is in the new book, Everybody Needs a Coach in Life, out March 21st. The 2 secrets are this. You have unlimited potential. You got talent that's in the closet. You got skills that you don't even know about. You got confidence that you hadn't even uncovered. You got something inside of you, but here's the deal. It's a secret. You know why it's a secret? Because nobody knows it. It's also a secret because you don't know how to get it out of yourself. Now that's your secret, okay? That's your secret. You're hiding your talent. You're hiding your special. Maybe you don't know. Maybe nobody's walked into your life. Maybe nobody's ever pushed you. Maybe nobody's ever affirmed and validated you. My secret is I know how to unlock your talent. And you say, well, how do you unlock a person's talent? Because I guarantee you when I'm coaching people all out there in the world, I'm like, do you know people have way more talent than they're showing right now? And every person's like, absolutely. This person's got more talent. This person's got more potential. That's their secret. But you know what they don't have? They've kept that secret to themselves, and they're not activating that. So the two secrets is you got potential, and I know how to get it out of you. So you start asking, where do I go to work to help a person break through their ceiling? I look at 4 areas. And if you're managing people, coaching people, or looking at yourself, I look at 4 areas. I look at knowledge for the mind. I look at skill for the body. I look at desire for the heart. And I look at confidence for the spirit. Then, once I look at those 4 areas, Wayne Self, let me see what I got on here. Wayne Self, Brittany Renee Brandon, Big Kahuna, Shane Ray, Shay Horseman, Harry Abrahamson. I'm not saying your name right here, man. I'm sorry. Okay? So when you think about this, Will Webb, Mike Hardwick, look, I'm trying to unlock your potential. And I'm looking at 4 areas. Do you have the knowledge you need to play at the next level? Do you have the skill? Do you have the desire? Do you have the confidence? Now, once I look at those 4 areas, then I'm going, do you have the likability? Do you have the deep network? Do you have the connectivity? Do you have the free prize? And I'm looking at this. Are you a person of power and authority? Are you projecting out to the market that you are a person of power and authority in your posture, in your look, in your confidence, in your swag? So what am I really doing? I'm pushing. I'm creating a little bit of healthy tension. And I'm saying you can become something great. You may be a little baby star right now, but every big star was just a little star that wanted to be a big star, okay? And I'm going to diagnose it. You're missing this. You're missing this. You're missing this. You're missing this. So I think about, I tell the story all the time about my wife. My wife had all kinds of potential in the world, but she didn't feel like she was activating it. And she paid the money to come to one of my workshops on a previous book I wrote called This Ain't No Practice Life. She walked into the workshop, and I say she fell in love with her potential, and I fell in love with her. And so from that book, she got serious about her potential. She went back and left the job that was not fulfilling her needs. She started her own catering company, which is something she always wanted to do in her life. Hey, and she landed me, man, which is a pretty big catch. You know what I'm talking about? The big catch was me landing her. But my point is, I saw a woman who was 30 years old flip that switch. All because now she had a coach in her life. She had someone pushing her, having higher frequency conversations with her. She was leaving the lower frequency activity. She was moving into an area of seriousness in her life where she said, I have potential, and now I have found someone who can unlock it. So when I tell you today and what we're talking about, a good coach can change your life. Yeah, an encounter with one person can change your life. Me meeting Stephen Covey at 25 changed my life. Me working for some of the people I work with every day changed my life because my frequency is so much higher. So you got to ask this question. What's the level of frequency you're playing at? And do you believe that a good coach can change your life? Here's the deal, man. I know you had a coach that yelled and cussed and treated you like you were nobody in the past, but guess what? Coaching doesn't have to be a negative process. I embrace the concept of intense but positive. So if you'll never spend the money to have a coach, if you'll never get in a coaching program, do this for me. Buy this book, CoachBurt.com/new book. And when you do, you get all kinds of free coaching from me. This book can become your coach. So get off the couch, man, and let's go get in the ball game so you can get better. Welcome back, guys. Coach Michael Burt, Super Coach. Hey, I'm watching my own self here trying to get motivated. What about you, Big Kahuna? You watching the show today? We got my man Shane Ray, Big Kahuna, big sponsor of the show. He spent 3 days with me this weekend because he's an enlightened cat. He got his own book out, the little book of HVAC truths. Ain't nothing worse than summer coming up. I know you can't imagine that, but you don't have your heating and cooling system working properly. It ain't functioning, man. So what you got to do is you got to call the Big Kahuna at Aloha. Just call aloha.com. Hey, let me tell you what he'll do. Break down this summer. He'll waive the service fee. Come on, man. You give away all kinds of good stuff. Shane Ray, just call aloha.com. One of our big monster producers, and man, I'm proud of him. And listen, he and I have conversations all the time. You need to be doing this. You need to be doing this. Will Webb brought on here. We had one of those conversations this morning. We did have one of those conversations this morning. Here's what I said, man. You're a person of influence. You're a person of power and authority. You got to project that, man, because I believe in you. You got to project that you got your swag, and you do. I'm proud of you for being a monster producer. Tavi Fontana, I see you on there, girl. Thank you. Hope you got a copy of this book because you in it. Okay, you in it in there, so you need to get you a copy of Everybody Needs a Coach in Life coming out March 21st. Shout out to everybody. I'm flying to St. Louis tonight. Then I'll be in Miami, Florida this weekend for the big 10X Growth Con with Grant Cardone. Then I'll be in Minnesota with my good friends at Next Gen HBM first of next week. What are we talking today? Good coach can change your life. A good coach can change your life. And here's how my book starts off. I think you'll like this. Tim Ferriss, best-selling author of The 4-Hour Workweek, in a podcast once said, every bit of a man's confidence can be traced back to one of two things: a woman who walked into his life or a coach who believed in him and changed it. Now, that's a strong statement, but I believe it's true. What if a good coach never walks into your life? What if you're out there playing in the world and you're operating at a very low frequency? How would I know you're operating at a low frequency? I listen to your language. I look at the size of problems you're solving. You compare, you complain, you contend, you criticize. You spend a lot of time in low-frequency activity. You hang around other people that spend time in low-frequency activity. You're the biggest fish in your pond. So you need to what? You need to get a bigger pond, guys. So today we're talking, how can a good coach change your life? So let's say this is you. You reach a ceiling. You hit a wall. The wall is typically created, right? The wall is created by you. You've pushed, you've fought, you've scratched, you've clawed. You can't go anywhere else, man. There's nowhere else for you to go without the help of another person walking into your life going, hey, you need to be doing this. I think about my online academy, Total Growth Academy. I knew that I wanted to do it, but it was going to cost us $25,000 up front, so I was hesitant to do it. What I needed was another person who was playing at higher frequency to say, man, you're missing the boat here. You could have people, you could be coaching people all over the world versus just people that could see you live with your online academy. And so I kept fighting it, and I kept resisting it, and I kept saying, no, it's an expense. And then I said, no, man, what if we could pick up $6, $10, $12, $15, $20, $100,000 a month online for me to coach every person? It advances my mission of helping people. So what did I do? I hit a ceiling. And I started saying, there's only so many days I can speak. There's only so many people I can coach. And then I started going, no, we hadn't even touched the surface of online coaching. We haven't even touched the surface of expanding Monster Producer. So for you, you got to start asking yourself this question. When you hit a wall, where else do I go get it? And typically it's another person that walks into your life and say, you're missing this tremendous opportunity that's sitting right here. If you could just get active and get it going. So when you hit a wall, think of this. I was dynamic and growing. Then I hit a plateaued state. I'm not showing any hyper growth. I'm not pushing hard. And so what I'm doing is I'm kind of stagnant. Let me give some other words. Stuck, bored, in a rut, no movement, no progress. But here's what's happening. You're not reaching outside of yourself. You're sitting there being introverted, which is an inversion toward you. You need to go looking, man. You got to get hungry, and you need to go looking for that person who can help you break through. So let me ask you this question. When's the last time you spent time with a person operating at a higher frequency than you? When's the last time you spent time with a person making $1 million a year, $5 million a year, $10 million a year? How much education to entertainment are you getting? This morning I told the group I was speaking to, you're spending 4 times the amount on entertainment to 1 time of education. You're watching 4 entertaining things to 1 education thing. That's got to flip, man. For every 1 entertainment thing you got, you need to be doing 4 things of education. What is that? Podcasts, books, seminars, workshops. You got to put yourself in a position to thrive and prosper. We got people paying for Monster Producer, and they're paying $3.99 a month. They don't even come. We offer it 4 times a month. We offer excess boot camps. We offer podcasts, videos, online, follow-up. We can't get them in the room, man. What are they doing? Out there chasing bluegills. They don't even know there's blue marlins in the world because they can't get in position. They're out there just chasing. And they don't even understand that there's a blue marlin out there for them to get. And so they're playing at very low frequencies. So what will a good coach say to you? Quit playing around, man. It's time to grow up, show up, deliver. It's time to quit whining. comparing, complaining, contending, criticizing. So when you're thinking about this concept of a good coach can change your life, sometimes we need some tough love. Sometimes we need a person operating at a higher frequency. Sometimes we need a person to come into our life and go, man, this is such small ball that you're playing. You're majoring in the minors. That ceiling is going to happen to all of us. And it happened to me personally. I think when we hit $1 million of revenue, I began saying to myself, what else can we do? I don't want to work more hours. I don't want to spend more time. I don't want to be away from my family. I don't want to get on airplanes more. And that push forced me to step back and look at my business. And I said, here's the areas we can surge. Here's the areas we can really grow and expand. Here's how we can get so much better. Here's a much higher value of my time versus a low value. So the push, the adversity, the unwanted outcome, the situation, the departure away from the ideal scene creates in you this hunger and burning desire to go looking for something. How do I do it better? How do I do it faster? How do I do it cheaper? How do I do it in such a frequency and pace that I'm attracting people to me? And it's almost always going to take a person outside of you. I believe God created coaches for one reason. He knew that we couldn't get there on our own. We couldn't reach our own potential, that we would contract and retreat when it got hard, that we wouldn't hold ourselves accountable. God created coaches to get us to break through that ceiling of complexity. What does God say about your potential? You got to pick up a copy of Everybody Needs a Coach in Life. Pre-release right now. Comes out March 21st. Get all the free gifts that come along with it. Here's the deal. God wants you to expand and multiply. Find out how and to dig into your potential. My new book, Everybody Needs a Coach in Life. CoachBurt.com/new book. Hey guys, welcome back. Super Coach. Early edition. Early bird. 12:10. Hope you're doing great. I'm Coach Michael Burt, coming to you live from the Greatness Factory. Today we had monster teams. We had the Elam Real Estate team. Tonight I'm flying to St. Louis, Missouri. Going to speak with some top financial advisors there in Jefferson City before heading down to Miami to get my frequency up. We got Tommy Davidson, Richard Hodges, Wayne Self. Sorry about the echo. We got that fixed on the break, on the kryptonite. But sometimes in life, you need an echo. You need a person come along behind you going, come on, man. You told me you wanted to do this. You need to do it. You need a person to call you on your BS, your belief system. You know? I was listening to a pastor talk the other day, and he said they were having a BYOB conference. And I'm like, that's kind of odd for a pastor to say, yeah, bring your own belief to the party. Bring your own faith. Bring your own confidence. Sometimes you got to check your BS, which is your belief system. And so today's topic is a good coach can change your life. You can get this on podcast every single week on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Podcast Republic. But I believe a good coach needs to come into your life and call you on your BS, man. So what's the vicious cycle of accountability we need? We all start with good intention. We fail to follow through. And then we feel guilty about it. What are we grieving? We're grieving our lost potential. We're grieving our lost potential. And it is a vicious cycle that if you don't have a person in your life to check you, to push you, to challenge you, okay, then what happens is you just keep repeating that cycle over and over. You start every week, hey, I'm going to be better. I'm going to make my calls. I'm going to do it. And then you fall off the wagon. Don't feel like it today. Ain't up to par. Weather's not cooperating. Don't want to go to, whatever, your feelings. And remember this, I can't manage your mood and get you to the next level at the same time. Okay? Sometimes you don't feel like it. That's the difference between a professional and an amateur. An amateur needs somebody to check up on them every day. A professional says, look, I got batteries included here. All I need you to do is help me get to the next level. All I need you to do is help me find and fill my missing structures. So I promised you $1 Million Machine, Dale Childress, Richard Pearl, Shane Ray. I promise you $1 Million Machine. What is the $1 Million Machine? It's real simple to me. You got a systematic plan on how you're going to get from here to there that includes these 4 parts. Number 1, it includes the great world-class explanation of services. Number 2, it includes a selling system or distribution system to take your beliefs and shove them out to the world. And some of you on here ain't shoving them out to the world enough. Look at the increase in pickup and frequency I'm doing on Facebook, YouTube. Look at the push I'm making here. The number of meetings. So the first step is I've got something valuable to say. The second step is the distribution system of how I'm pushing out to the market. The third step is the $1 Million follow-up of how are we following up to push you. And we got Bill Maddox, Takesha Bromell, and they're following up like crazy, practicing exactly what I write about in the book, $1 Million Follow-Up. And then we're trying to create a world-class experience that drives 5.7 referrals by truly deepening our relationship with you and being in the transformation business, is that we're getting you to a much higher place. And if we can get you to a much higher place, what will you do? So if you say, how do I go from zero to $1 million, perfect those four things. Because those are the four big missing structures that people have. When I hit a wall, I'm not doing one of those things right. I don't have something valuable to say. I'm not working my selling system. I'm not following up like I should. And I'm not creating an experience that drives a 5.7 referrals. The $1 million machine is that. Okay? Now, what does a good coach do in this equation? To me, you got missing structures. In the book, I talk about 10 common missing structures. And a missing structure is a void. It's a gap. It's a hole. So here are 10 common missing structures I talk about straight out of the book. Number 1, you don't have a pure selling system to acquire new customers. Number 2, you don't have a marketing plan of how you're going to reach your target audience. And marketing is just finding out what you got that's special and giving it to people who need it. Money changes hands when problems are solved. Number 3, you don't have a person of interest strategy. So you're obscure. Nobody knows who you are. Because nobody knows who you are, there's low probability that anybody's going to do business with you. Number 4, you do not have a develop and package strategy to look different and run faster. When I leave here today, I'm going into a strategy session with the web team, and I'm going to talk about how we attract more attention through ads, how we look different on our landing pages. Number 5, you don't have an onboarding system for new hires. So you're hiring people, but they're not any good. Number 6, you don't have a recruiting system to recruit new people. So you got a shortage of labor. Number 7, you don't have a retention system to keep the top people. Number 8, you don't have a weekly strategy to push. Number 9, you don't have a dominant focus. And number 10 is you don't have an ability to scale. So what are you doing? You're reaching that ceiling. You're hitting that wall. And you know why? You got these missing structures, man. Now, how do I know these missing structures? Is because every day I'm coaching businesses over and over and over, and they don't have it. Now, at the personal level, what are you missing? I think you're missing one of 4 things: knowledge, skill, desire, or confidence. What good is it to have knowledge with no skill? What good is it to have skill with no confidence? What good is it to have desire with no skill? A whole person has all 4 parts. A whole person is working those 4 parts. And let me throw one in here just for bonus. Eric White, Micah Blunt, Cena Martin. What if you just don't have the energy? Energy cannot be created. It can only be transferred. At the end of the day, I can't tell you how many low-energy people I see in a day. They can't get themselves excited. They don't bring any real juice. They're sucking juice off other people. You got to at least come with the batteries, man. Because when you come with the batteries, we can help you play at a much higher level. So what can a good coach do? A good coach can change your life. Now, let me ask you the hard question. Why am I not coaching you? You're out there. Either you don't know who I am, but if you're on my Facebook Live, you do. If you listen to my podcast, you do. Do you want to play at the next level or not? Because a good coach will find those missing structures you got. And a good coach will fill those missing structures you got. And a good coach will get you to a much higher level of performance if you will just put yourself in a position to prosper. You got to insert yourself into the opportunity. Every single week I come into your life to multiply life, multiply money, multiply your business. I'm in the acceleration business, guys. I'm in the transformation business. And boy, do I love it. Every week I love working with like-minded achievers that want to play at much higher levels. They want more time, more money, more freedom. They want more of something. But at the end of the day, here's what I hope you want: more impact. And if you'll get on the bus and go with me, we're going to go impact a lot of people on planet Earth while we're here. Everybody needs a coach in life, guys. Thank you for joining me on Super Coach. Every week, multiply life, money, business. Download the podcast. If you hadn't got the new book, CoachBurt.com/new book comes out March 21st. Thank you to all the people who are purchasing. I'll see you out there on the road. And trust me, guys, I'm gonna bring the energy and the coffee with me. God bless you. Have a great week. Hey, I'm talking to you. You've been lazy. You hadn't reached your potential. Everybody around you sees something in you, but you're not getting there. You're not getting it done. You know what you need? You need a good coach. And if you're too cheap to spend the money to get in a real coaching program, the best thing I can give you is my new book, Everybody Needs a Coach in Life. This book can become your coach. This book is 25 years of my best stuff to help you get to a better place in your life. And guess what? I throw in a lot of coaching for free. Go to CoachBurt.com/new book and understand what an intense and positive coach can do for you.